Hello, welcome to Fast Travel Games. We are a team of 23 pretty awesome people sitting in Stockholm, Sweden.
This year marks the 10th anniversary for Fast Travel Games as a studio, and we have brought all kinds of games to the VR audience since the studio was founded.
Action! What is this? Cut! Raptors! More teeth!
Over the last 10 years, we have released single-player games like Apex Construct. Our first multiplayer game was Mannequin. And fittingly enough, we are releasing our 10th game later in the year.
Now it's time for our most ambitious game yet, Payday Aces High.
Jupiter, we're coming for you. And everything you got.
In March, we revealed Payday Aces High with the first trailer in the VR Games showcase. Today, we're digging deeper and showing you more of the mechanics, the characters, the lore and the story, and why Payday Aces High is gonna be one of the games you can't miss when it launches later this year.
Payday Aces High is about a group of heisters. They call themselves the Aces. 5 years before the game starts, they were set up by a client of theirs, Warren Jupiter. They've spent 5 years in prison, and just before the game starts, they break out. And the game is all about taking revenge on Warren Jupiter, whose wealth has just grown and grown. Each heist in the game takes you further along your journey, where you take everything away from Warren Jupiter, piece by piece, just dismantling his financial empire. We call this a feel-good story about revenge, or revenge has never felt so good, and we feel that this theme really permeates everything we do, every heist you do. There's a purpose for it. What drew me and Fast Travel Games to Payday initially is the fact that we love co-op. We love co-op in VR especially. It's fun to play together. It's fun to plan a heist, to figure out how to perform it, what to hack, how to drill your way through the vault, where to take the loot. The fantasy of being a bank robber and just fulfill that in VR. It's awesome.
They are falling back. Now is your time to get things done.
We early on realized that we don't want to tell the story with you just watching. In VR, it's just better to tell the story while you're there. The story is mainly told in the heist briefings and during the heists. Each heist lets you attack different parts of Warren Jupiter's empire. You're an expert group of heisters. Things are going well for you. They will go well. As you progress through each heist, you'll encounter more and more of Warren Jupiter, who responds to what you're doing. He's gonna show up in some missions. It's funny, but hopefully also very rewarding for you. When you start the game, you will always start with our first heist. You hit a smaller bank office, and then you progress through museums, airports, all kinds of places. And if you want to experience the story in a linear fashion, you play these heists in order. But this is an online game as well, so we don't want to lock stuff away from players. It's basically all up to you as a player to decide how you want to see the story.
Missions are generally divided up into 3 different phases. You have the pre-planning phase, which takes place in the safe house, where you gather around the planning table and you listen to a brief from your handler. As you then enter into the level, you have the reconnaissance phase, where you go around, gather information, how security guards move around, where cameras are.
You check out the surroundings, try to formulate a plan. You always have a clear objective, what you're there to steal. But you're not always clear about how to do it.
Then you have the execution phase. You have to start taking more risks, going into areas where you're not allowed to be, and if you're discovered, all of your plans sort of go out the window, and you'll have to adapt and focus in on the mission. In classic Payday fashion, you have the option to approach each level from a quiet or a loud perspective. So you could try to get the loot without anyone seeing you, or you can go in with your weapons out. And the playstyles will vary quite a lot between these two.
It's very difficult to get through the heist in stealth mode. It's a challenge. You have to be very quiet. You have to plan in advance. You need to have played the level many times until you actually learn the different steps you have to take. Things will go loud very, very quickly. When you are going quiet, everyone tries every time and things will get fucked up. Any mistake you've done, someone getting too close to a guard, putting the mask on without thinking twice, that will trigger the alarm. You will be seen, the guards will start shooting at you and everything will go loud.
You will have to take more care in looking around, seeing how security guards move, seeing where cameras are, and you'll have to try and find ways to get past locked doors and cracking safes without anyone seeing you. And the longer it takes for you to complete your mission, the tougher the enemies will be.
And then once the heist is over, you get rewarded in dollars and in reputation.
As you return from missions or in between missions, you will likely go to the shop and try to spend these. And in the shop, you can expect to see weapons, gadgets, attachments, weapon customization, etc. You also have skills, which is a very important part.
You can only choose to equip a certain number of these, so you have to be a bit tactical. And in co-op, maybe being tactical also means that some of you equip certain abilities while others don't. There's a ton of randomization when it comes to the objectives. Which vault is the one that the loot is kept in? Where's the code? There's also the very random factor of how enemies approach you and how they spawn and what tactic they choose. There's 5 difficulty levels, and each difficulty level brings you a higher risk but also a higher reward. Taking on heists in different difficulty levels will help you unlock cosmetic rewards such as new costumes, gloves, or of course masks. Payday is a game about planning heists, about trying to do it quietly, very often failing to do it quietly, and then ending up in long, super action-heavy gunfights. And we've spent a lot of time getting guns right, about getting interactions right, really trying to amplify the cinematic quality of the gunfights.
As a professional heister, guns aren't new to you. Guns are very comfortable and should be easy to use. That's something we've focused on to make sure that nothing is fiddly, nothing is in the way. It just kind of works the way you expect it to.
Assault forces incoming. Take cover.
Each gun is unique and feels different. They have different recoil, different spread, audio and haptics, and even their own impact force. Those impact forces mean that if you shoot a drone with a handgun, the drone will just kind of fall to the ground, whereas if you shoot it with a heavy shotgun, it's gonna really knock the drone away. Weapon accuracy is defined by how you're moving, how you're holding it, and how you're aiming. So if you're aiming down the sights, you'll have better accuracy. We've balanced interactions based on usage. So for example, grenades feel great and natural to throw and require less precision. Tripwire mines require higher precision. You might want to place it just right in that corridor or on that pillar knee height. Body representation is a really big component of VR multiplayer games. If you follow the human player's actual motions too closely, you might get difficulties with arms popping and looking ugly. So we go to great extents to try to cover these and make you look cool. For example, if you cross your arms, your character will be standing in a cool crossed arm pose.
Payday to me is about fun co-op and playing with friends, but it's also very much about a multiplayer game that tells a story, which isn't super common, I think.
I'm really happy about the game, and I think it really fulfills that heister fantasy. Leaving a bank with a bag full of cash in one hand and a rifle in the other just feels so awesome.
One of the things I'm most proud of is that we built a multiplayer game that's really tight. Going in guns blazing, shooting a lot is super cool, and we spent a lot of time perfecting. Even if you fail, it's still fun.
Payday Aces High is coming later this year to MetaQuest 3, SteamVR and Steam Frame. But the launch is just the beginning. As you would expect from a Payday game, we plan to add more reasons to play once the game is out. First, we have a new DLC coming this year that'll be free for all players who own the base game, in the form of a new heist. We're also adding new weapons, gadgets and skills, and more. And we are running frequent community challenges so that the player base can rally together and unlock new things in the game. You will also have an opportunity to play Aces High before it launches very soon. So make sure to visit paydayaceshigh.com and follow us on socials and the Discord channel.
I'm really proud of the work we're doing on this game. The team is amazing. We're just really looking forward to making sure that you all get to play it soon.
We are so excited to bring this to our players. We were having a blast developing it and we can't wait for people to play it.
Now it's time to put the mask on.